It's so good to be with you, and I hope you're enjoying all the reports and all the activities going on at District Assembly already. I want to tell you a little bit about the Cimarron Church of the Nazarene. We've been encouraged to challenge to preach the gospel in such a way that it challenges and changes lives, and that's been happening. We've enjoyed two great revivals here. We've had Rob Schmutz come in the fall, and he just hit a grand slam and just couldn't get any better until we got to our spring revival. And man, oh man, J.K. Warwick came, and we just had such an incredible time. Paul Mankey came and was our children's evangelist. We had Road 23 come to be our special worship team. We did service projects in our community. We took special offerings. We had fellowship and game night, and it was just a tremendous time together. And it just seems like the momentum of the church just keeps going and keeps building. Our youth group is growing and expanding and having great ministries. They've got a great worship band. They participate in worship services. And everything's just going super. So God bless you. We'll keep working. You keep working. And we're excited to have Jesus come. Amen.
Justin Hayes here, pastor of Dodge City Church of the Nazarene. And listen, it has been a great year of life and ministry at Dodge City. We started a new campus church. We've sponsored another church. We've supported 4 others in various ways. And God is just doing some amazing things. In addition to that, we've grown in virtually every major statistical category. But all of that has to come down to transformed lives. And I just want to share with you about a man in our church who was on the verge of losing everything because of an addiction. And he begins coming. He turns his life over to Christ. And what God does in his life is amazing. He's at this point months free from his addiction. He was able to go back to work without any kind of restriction. He's experiencing healing within his family, and the guy never misses a Sunday now. It is amazing what God is doing, and we're excited about what he's going to do in us at Dodge City Church of the Nazarene.
Keith Davis with the Church of the Nazarene in Elkhart. This is my 12th report for the great people of the Elkhart Church of the Nazarene. It's been a year of lowlifes, and it's been a year of highlights. But with every trial and tribulation, God has shown us the way, and sometimes even the whys. Our average attendance has dropped from 91 to 77 this year, but increased. Our giving has gone up $68,000. God has revealed many things to me this year, and one thing is that we have to be personal with the people of our community. We can't keep things in. We have to release them and let them go. God showed me that outreach was more than passing out water or passing out things at an event. We did a program called Surviving the Holidays. And as this program started, we had no one signing up. And a lady met me down the street and she said, "What gives you the right to teach this class?" And I said, "Well, I've had the training." And she goes, "No, what gives you the right?" I got what she wanted and I understood what she meant. And I told her that my dad had passed away in July, my mom had passed away on Christmas Day, and my mother-in-law had passed away several years ago, just a few days before Christmas. I understood what it meant to need to survive the holiday. We had 50 people sign up for that class. One class was supposed to handle it on a Saturday. We ended up doing 3 classes in 3 communities. Okay, and so we had 50 people show up. Those 50 people are not in our church, but there are 50 seeds that were planted that are being watered by other shepherds and flocks. We face trials and tribulations, but God is using us to reach the lost.
Hello, my name is Tim Fields. I'm privileged to be a pastor at the Garden City Church of the Nazarene. And I want to tell you about a young man named Juan. Juan just is now completing the 8th grade. He started with us in the 1st grade and has been attending our church for the last 7 years in our ministry outreach program on Wednesday nights. Juan's a very unique situation. I say unique, it's not true. Very common situation with all the children we're reaching out to. He is the youngest of 9 kids in his family, extremely dysfunctional family, family that has everything in it from drug addiction to selling drugs to imprisonment, you name it. Juan has lived through it. At one time he told me he hated going home because there was no kindness or compassion. And he loved coming to church because the people of the church loved on him. I'm saying all this because it's been the constant for Juan. And there's a lot of Juans out there that needs our kind of love from the church and God's kind of love in their lives. Juan has been doing great and maturing and growing. And what I would like to say in wrapping up is he's finished his 8th grade year. For the first time in his life, and probably the first time in any of his family's life, he's on the honor roll. His teacher nominated him for academic and behavioral improvement for a scholarship to the local gym, which he won. And he is loving our church because people are loving him. That's what the message should be about. Love God and love others.
Members and friends of the 2018 Kansas District Assembly, this is my 28th report for the Ulysses Church. It's my pleasure and honor to serve as their pastor. Over these years, I've seen many lives transformed. I have seen many walk away from the heating of the Spirit, and I've had the pleasure of seeing some move on and become leaders in their new churches and towns. I've seen some go on to become ministers, and I'm proud of each of them as well. We have had highs and lows, and currently we're in one of the lows. But through this, I find the faithful remain to grow stronger and deeper in their walk with Christ. Seeds are being planted as they witness to those they come in contact with each day. We are nurturing, and with God's help and guidance, we continue to work as we await the harvest. For God said He would build His church.
Dios les bendiga, amigos y hermanos. Es un honor poder informarles acerca del trabajo realizado en la Iglesia del Nazareno Nueva Esperanza en Dodge City, Kansas. Estamos finalizando nuestro segundo año, en el cual puedo informarles que tuvimos un crecimiento total de 9 bautizados y 9 recibidos como miembros en plena comunión. Reconocemos que pudo ser mejor. Solo podemos decir que seguimos siendo siervos inútiles, pues lo que debíamos hacer, eso es lo que únicamente hicimos. Dios les bendiga.
My name is Harlan Ankle. I'm pastor of the Church of the Nazarene in Liberal, and what a joy and a privilege it is to present my 43rd pastoral report, my 7th for the church at Liberal. One of the main highlights of our years was the focus on the opening, long-anticipated opening of our Helping Hands preschool. We are a fully licensed facility. We're able to accept up to and including 24 students in 2 sessions per day. And we look forward to this being a new avenue of ministry for us, as well as our trust is that it will be to the glory of God to reach new families in our community. I'm also grateful for the fact that we have reached out and in the area of compassionate ministries, helping several families with groceries, food, gasoline, and utility bills. Respectfully submitted, Harlan Ankle.